Hi class, so I just got home from an exciting game. I watched the 7th grade A team play at home and they did an amazing job. Saw Nicholas there, Marlo was on the field playing, Sammy had some amazing plays, even saw him score a touchdown. So it was an exciting night. I'm glad I got to go support you guys. Keep letting me know when they are. All right, so question 1 for the computer station. A submarine in the Pacific Ocean is at a depth of 245 feet. What would the depth of the submarine be after ascending 44.5 feet? So first of all, think about it. It's a submarine, so you want to think, is it above or below the water? So I'm going to go ahead and draw my water line because pictures help. And we're saying that, so depth of 245 feet. So if it's a depth, is it going to be positive or negative? So negative, right? Because it's way down here at 245 feet, negative 245 feet. Then what is the depth after it ascends 44.5 feet? So we're asking for the depth. That's what we want to find, and ascends. So this could be a question word, right? But I think something that you guys are more familiar with is descending, right? So if you're descending, it's going down. So ascending is probably the opposite. So we are looking for the submarine to go up. What would the depth be after going up 44.5 feet? Okay, and so this is the point that we're looking for. So if we're going up or we're going closer to 0, are you going to add it or subtract it? So we start with our negative 245 feet and we went up, right? So positive 44.5. So go ahead and work it out, and then you can check your answer. Okay guys, so go ahead and check your work. It was an addition because we're going up. Different signs, so I subtracted. I turned 1/2 into a decimal of 0.5. If you don't know that half is like 50 cents, you can do top in, bottom out, and you would go ahead and know that 2 times 5 is 10, and you would get 0.5. Also, I went ahead and put it over here back on my diagram to say, does this make sense? I was all the way down at 245 and I went up, so I'm less negative, so I'm at negative 200.5. So yes, makes sense. Sure you guys got it all right. So great job. We're going to move on. So number 2 says, what is the length of X? So first of all, I see that X over here is what I'm looking for. And I know that X plus this portion, which is 3.2, equals, looks like this other side, right? Okay. So we want to take the big side, and are we going to add the small side? Or, right, X plus 3.2 is going to equal it. So X plus 3.2 equals the other side. So you can either write it this way and undo the equation like we've been doing in class on our warm-ups, or you can know that if this plus this equals the green side, if yellow plus blue equals green, then green minus blue, right, would equal the yellow. So I can also write it this way. All right, so go ahead and work it out. Remember, if you have decimals, what do you have to do with them? That's right, line them up. Okay guys, so hopefully you lined your decimals up properly. The toughest part of this problem was the borrowing, so make sure you don't forget that you borrowed, and I got 16.9. Also, you want to take it a step further and go ahead and check your work. So I know that x, which I got was 16.9, plus 3.2 should equal 20.1, and it does. Moving right along, number 3 says Mrs. Moth's 4th period voted on what color they should paint this slide on the playground. The results are shown in the graph. What fraction of the votes were for yellow? Okay, so when looking for yellow, we know that this is a circle graph. And a circle graph, think about it like a pizza. If all of the pieces are there, what percent is there? 100%, right? So if it's 100%, how do I write it as just a number? Right? You move your decimal, it's like Dr. Pepper. So if it's percent, your decimal's here, you're going to move it 2 places to the left to just get it as a decimal. So 1, 2. So it's like having one complete item, right? So that means that if you add up blue plus red plus yellow will equal one complete set, right? You'll have all of the pieces. So let's fill in our fractions. So we have blue is 1/5 and red is 1/3. So all of that plus yellow will equal 1. So if I'm trying to find yellow, what would I do? Subtract from 1, right? So I need to get yellow on the other side. So now you know what to do. Go ahead and solve. Don't forget step 1 on fractions, right? Step 1, common denominator. Step 2, write it vertically. To find your common denominator, to find your common denominator, use your multiples. Okay guys, so I went ahead and rewrote this out so you can check your work a little bit better. So blue plus red is yellow, or blue plus red plus yellow equals 1, sorry. So you can do 1 minus blue and red to equal yellow. I went ahead and found my common denominator by listing out my multiples, and I found that 15 is the least common multiple with both of them. And then, since it was minus, I went ahead to add the opposite. And since both of these had the same sign, I was able to add those over here. And then I wanted to...
Mommy!
Hi, baby. I wanted to take them away from 1. So opposite sign, so I go ahead and subtract them, and I ended up with a positive 7/15. Because of course it's going to be positive in this case, since it's a portion of the pie graph. Okay, next problem. In the morning, a group of hikers hiked 3 3/4. They took a break, hiked 2 3/4 before lunch. After lunch, they hiked 4 3/4 miles, took another break, hiked 2.5 miles. Which of the following statements are true? So before you even get started, I want you guys to group this out because you have 2 sets that they did before lunch, and then you have 2 sets that they did after lunch. So that will help you analyze it and figure out your answer choices. So do that. Okay guys, so this one took a lot of work. You had to find before and after lunch, find the difference to say whether A or B is correct, and then add the 2 amounts together to find if D is correct. So take time to press pause, check your work, and make sure that you got it right. Okay, the last one. Saturday, Emil has 2.5 hours of free time. He plans to go skateboarding for 3/4 of an hour and read 2/3 of an hour. Does he have enough time to watch a half-hour television show and spend 3/4 of the hour painting? So go ahead and text code and set it up. All right, so this is how you should have set it up, adding what he's already doing and then comparing the leftover time to what he wants to do. So press pause and solve. Okay, so I found out what he already has planned to do and then what he wants to know if he still have time to do. So he does have an hour or 1 1/12 hours left versus 1/10. 12 pieces of pizza cut into 12 pieces is smaller than cut into 10. You get more pizza, so it'll take too long.